Hello everyone, welcome back for today's journal session series episode 17. This is an interactive series where we journal together and I offer you time to write out your answers as well as share mine. This one is featuring my beautiful sister, and these prompts are all about fulfilling your life's purpose and finding what is meaningful to you. So if you're interested, grab a pen and a paper or your journal and let's get started. Okay, so for number one, when you lose track of time, what are you typically doing? This question will really help you to see what it is that you may be passionate about. I know a lot of times when we feel like we're lacking purpose and we feel like we don't know exactly what it is that we want to do, it's usually because of the fact that we're not focusing on what we're passionate about. So for me personally, I noticed that I used to spend a lot of my time drawing, doodling. I like to write a lot, so I would spend a lot of my time journaling, doing yoga, being out in nature. And these things are really what helped me to realize what it is that I was supposed to do when it came to my purpose, because these were the things that brought me happiness, joy, and where I felt the most passionate. So I find whenever I'm doing any of these things, I become completely absorbed in the present moment and I lose all track of time because I'm really enjoying what it is that I'm doing. Now, if you answered this question and your answer was something other than what it is that you actually like to do, so like say in your free time, you just like to watch shows or you just like to watch things, it may be a little bit harder for you to kind of figure out what your purpose is just from what you do in the meantime. But think about what it is that you genuinely just enjoy doing that brings you happiness and that you see yourself doing for the rest of your life. So whatever your answer is to that question, that is a huge indicator of what your purpose may be here on this earth. And as well, you can even think about what it is that you really wanted to do when you were a child. A lot of times that's a huge indicator of what it is that you're meant to be doing while you're here. When we get older, we really lose sight of that essence. We are not connected to our inner child anymore. And because of the ideologies of this world and the things that they push onto us, we start to feel that our dreams are not as realistic or attainable. And when you're younger, you are your most pure. So you don't have doubts about what can go wrong. You just know what it is that makes you happy and what fulfills your spirit. So it's really important to stay connected to your inner child and to go after the things that really are meaningful to you, because God will always make a way. When you are in alignment with your purpose and you're walking with faith, you're doing the things that you love and you're putting forth the effort and you're putting in the work, God is always going to make a way for you, no matter what it is that you want to do. So for the answer that I wrote is that when I lose track of time, I'm typically either looking up videos or content about self-improvement or conspiracies and esoteric knowledge, writing and journaling, listen to podcasts, or doing yoga while listening to lo-fi or jazz. So on to question number 2, what does your ideal day look like? So I personally really love this question because it's a good way to envision the type of life that you want when you think about how you would like to spend every single day. So from morning when you wake up to the end of your night, what would an average day in your life look like? When it comes to envisioning certain things that you want and questions like this, it's really important to get into every single detail as well. So when you wake up, how does your home look like? What does it look like as you wake up? What are you wearing? What type of job do you see yourself going to? What is it that you like to do? What are your hobbies? What do you typically see yourself eating in a day? What are the types of things that you like to do? The places that you visit? The type of town that you live in? These are all the key elements when you are planning and envisioning the type of life that you want. You have to really put yourself in that position as if you're already in it. So I am really an imaginative person, so I really like to do this during meditation especially. It really helps you to get that full feel for you stepping into that reality. And once you ask yourself what it is that your ideal day would look like, this will also really reveal to you what it is that you genuinely want to do in life. So for me, the answer that I wrote is that my ideal day would look like waking up to do my everyday morning routine, which is yoga, meditation, prayer, my journal and workouts, and then working on my content creation, as well as having classes in a day where I can teach others about wellness, yoga, and mental health. So question number 3, take a moment to write about all the things you worry about. Of those things, which ones are truly important? So typically the things that we think about the most and that we worry about the most shows that it's something that's of importance. So writing out this list is going to really help you to identify what that important thing is to you. So whether it is that you think about your future the most, or you think about your career path, you think about finding peace, finding happiness, money, finances, family, partnership. It's gonna look different for everyone, and we all have our worries and our doubts and things that, are our stressors. But a lot of the time, it's things that aren't necessarily important or are gonna impact us 5 years, 10 years from now. So picking out the most important thing from that list that you feel is most important to you is gonna really help you to identify what it is that you feel is purposeful for you in your life, especially long-term and future-wise. So for me, I wrote that I constantly worry about fulfilling my life's purpose and doing the things that I love long term, as well as helping to raise the collective consciousness and helping others to find their path and make it through the things that I've experienced, and just making a positive impact on others. So as for the next question, when do you feel like your most authentic self? So this question, I feel everybody needs to ask themselves, because especially in these times, a lot of people are falling into what society feels is popular or feels is beautiful or feels is cool. And a lot of people are not really being true to who they really are and their authentic selves. Now, this isn't everyone, of course, but if you notice that you fall off of your path and you're not really doing the things that bring you joy because of the fact that you're worried about how you may look to others or how people may think of you, you have to really analyze that and ask yourself, what is it within you that makes it hard for you to really step out and be who you truly are? Social media and just the way that life is set up in general makes it really hard for us to really step out and do the things that we genuinely want for so many reasons. And a lot of the times when we are not in alignment with what is meant for us, we feel out of whack, we feel off balance, we don't feel like ourselves, we're not happy, we're not at peace. And it creates a lot of disruption within your spirit as well, as opposed to when you notice that when you're doing the things that you're passionate about, you feel good, you feel like yourself. So really think about what it is that makes you feel like yourself and when you feel the most like your authentic self. So for me, the answer is that I feel the most like my authentic self when I am stepping out boldly, doing the things that I love and enjoying the things that I love without any fear of judgment. So the next question is, how would you rate your mental health right now? What do you think you could start doing or stop doing to improve it? So when it comes to your mental health, that should be your top priority over anything else in your life, period. Because at the end of the day, when you are not right mentally, it's very hard for you to focus, and it's going to be very hard for you to push past any obstacles that may arise on your journey. So I'm also going to have a moment of transparency with you guys, because that's what this channel is all about, and that's what these journal sessions are for. Because when we have open and honest communication, that is what leads to healing and breakthroughs. So for me personally, I just took a couple months off to really step back from social media and to really analyze how I was feeling. I was feeling a bit tied up emotionally and mentally, and it was very hard for me to focus on the things that I needed to do. So I took the time to really be present, to analyze my feelings, to journal, to really go within, to pray, to meditate, and to ask God for that guidance. And once you do that, you will notice that it will be much easier for you to not only find peace, but to cultivate it whenever you possibly need it. Because there's going to be times when we go through things and we're not always going to be up and happy, and it gets hard at times. But when you know how to really center yourself and to be present, to release all of the distractions, it's going to be a lot easier for you to have that mental clarity and that peace. So it's really important to remove all of those distractions and things that may be affecting you mentally. It's very important to analyze that and what it might be, whether it's a habit, whether it's people, whatever it is for you. Just make sure that you are removing the things that do not serve you, because those will end up being your biggest blockages to all of the things that you actually desire. So my answer to this question is that I would rate my mental health pretty well, and what I do to improve it is by implementing my spiritual and self-care routines. So last but not least, taking money out of the equation, what's your dream career? So since it is a new year, I know a lot of people like to create resolutions and set their goals and intentions, and they usually go pretty big, which is good. It's really good to have big dreams and goals and aspirations for yourself. And honestly, no goal or dream career is too big or too grand unless you feel like that within yourself. When you know that you are capable of achieving and doing anything that you set your mind to, and you really understand how powerful your mind is, then it's going to be a lot easier for you to actually believe that the things that you want are possible of you actually receiving. So I know a lot of you guys, especially for my people, my entrepreneurs, and the people that have big goals and dreams, keep pushing, because to be honest, anything worth having is not going to come easy. And it's way easier to settle in life and to just do what everybody else is doing and to do and receive the bare minimum. But to actually receive everything that you really want, it's really hard. It is a journey. And I know sometimes you get discouraged and you feel like giving up. If you are listening to this right now, do not give up. I am telling you, literally, because I was even just on the verge of feeling like giving up. And in all honesty, that's going to happen many times along your path. But continue to keep your faith, because things really do happen and blessings do happen. And not only that, but miracles happen and you're capable of achieving everything that you want. There's so many things that I thought that I wasn't capable of doing. And once I actually saw that it was possible, that only helped me to believe in just striving even bigger and wanting even more for myself. So you guys, I wish you guys the best. Thank you so much for joining me in this session. I hope you all have an amazing 2024, and I'll see you in my next video. Love you and peace out. Look at the streets, you are not my mate. If you become a chef, not be head of state. But my people then go say I know one die.